probably just my friends and my aunt and my uncles or my little cousins. Either way, hey guys, for those of you who are new to the channel, how's it going? Staying away from the alcohol. I'm gonna do some reviews of books. I work for a place called Schmarge and Schmobel. I figured I'd start reviewing some books, so let's get right into it. The first book series I'm gonna review is gonna be Claire de Lune. But whatever, let's just get into this. So this video is mainly going to be focused on the first book, which is Claire de Lune. I'm going to start with things that I liked without spoilers, things that I didn't like without spoilers. Then I'm going to get into the spoilers, and then I'm just going to straight up roast this book. If it's worthy of roast, if it's a book that I like, then I'm just going to talk about the spoilers of the things that I like. Unfortunately, I did not like this book, so guess I gotta roast it. One of the things that I liked about the first book is that it's 300 pages, so it was like 300 pages, which I'm okay with, I guess, but 300 pages too many. The cover is nice, I guess. Ooh. Claire's secret chose her. No, it didn't. I'm gonna explain why. Her DNA chose her, and she wasn't chosen. She's actually like a really horrible character. Claire is like the most annoying character I've ever read. Can't think of anything that I like about this book. With my discount at Schmarge and Schmobel, this book is like $6. I wish I could have like got McDonald's. Like I could have got some chicken nuggets, or I could have like got some stuff from 7-Eleven. There's so many things I could have did with this $6. I could have went to a movie at AMC on Tuesday and got in Arizona. So many things that could have been done with this. This was a waste of time. I had it ordered into my store because usually when we're not in stock and there's a book in the warehouse, we can have it ordered into the store, which is literally the answer to everything whenever you come to the store. Like, we don't have it. Do you want me to order it into store here? It's free. I feel like this was like a waste. Like, the reason why is because I got the second book first by mistake because I didn't realize that this was a sequel because I'm an idiot, and obviously this is on the back. I did not look at the back. I was just like, oh my god, a werewolf book, because I was looking for a whole bunch of werewolf books. And let's see on the back that the secret begins in Claire de Lune, stupid white book, and the black book is the fucking sequel and shit. Mind you, meant nothing. Honestly, could have saved my $6 on this one because I could have just started reading this. I definitely just wasted my time with this whole fiasco. I'm very frustrated with myself. If you have read Claire de Lune, the series or the first book, you know that Claire is like 16. She's rich. Her mom is a pain in the ass. Claire is a total Mary Sue. Like, everything that she could ever ask for comes to her. Always. Like, it is a pain to read. It's so boring. The book starts with her having a pool party because she's so rich that she has a pool for her birthday. All her friends are there, including some guy that she likes that doesn't even know her, because surely he came because she has a goddamn pool. I'm pretty sure. And then like she had to end it early because, spoiler alert, this is a universe where people know that werewolves are real, which I think is a total cop-out and also means nothing later, and I'll explain that in the second video and in a little bit in this one. The romance of this book is just stupid. Matthew, you don't know anything about him, to be honest. All we know is that his dad is like a werewolf researcher, and he's kind of the bad guy of this book. It's clear that he doesn't agree with his dad. He thinks that werewolves aren't bad guys, even though it's logical to be afraid of werewolves because werewolves literally kill people and are wolves. and are wild animals, and that is terrifying. So you can deduce that it is normal to have the reaction of being afraid. But the whole book, Claire is just like, oh my god, I didn't ask to be a werewolf. Oh my god, I hate this. This is so annoying. I just want to be a normal teenager. And like, no bitch, you can't. So why don't you stop griping about it? Like, nobody cares. For the first half of this book, she acted like she hated being a werewolf, and now, like, by the end of it, she's like, this is something that I love and I would never stop. And like, usually, like, that's character growth, right? Like, that's like something positive, but here it's just annoying because she really learns no lesson. She really doesn't have like any type of like change as a character. A large theme in this book is that she has to lie a lot to people, and she doesn't feel comfortable with that. And I feel like it's not as big of a deal as she's like making it, and I feel like it's really annoying. And Matthew is some idiot on a soccer team. It was like early on established that she would get with this guy Matthew, which is stupid because there's just no chase. There's no like build up. She's just with this guy. It's like a fanfic. It's stupid. And you're not rooting for them because you're just like, oh my god, this is taken away from the werewolf aspect and it's dumb. And I want to move on. After she starts dating Matthew, whose dad is the bad guy, her mom is like, oh, you can't date Matthew because his dad is the bad guy. Her mom is like a huge pain in the ass, by the way. She's like a straw feminist. So she's like, Claire mistakenly says, oh, God. Her mom is like, it's actually goddess. Like, shut up. Like, no, she could just say it. It's just a turn of phrase. It doesn't have to be literal. Like, Jesus, Marie, like, come on. So in this universe, only werewolves can be like chicks or something, which is stupid. And the only way they could make other werewolves is to screw human dudes and then get knocked up. The ending to this book is horrible. The problem with the ending is that the middle does this thing where you think that like it's gonna get interesting and it's not gonna be stupid anymore, and then it's like the ending is like, JK, it is stupid and you just wasted your time reading it. Fuck you, reader. Next part we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the spoilers. If you don't want to know the spoilers to this book, honestly, I think you should just watch the spoilers part because I don't recommend this series to anybody. If you really want to know what happens in this stupid book, you might as well just watch it. So if you're still here, you stuck around for the spoilers part, like I suggested, and we're going to start talking about the spoilers of the book, get more deep into the plot, if you want to call it that. So after Claire is bitching about being a werewolf and hating it and where, she decides that she's gonna try and be good at being a werewolf. And like a few pages, she's just like, oh my gosh, I actually really like being a werewolf, but I have to lie and stuff. Actually, through the book, you get this idea that one of the wolves is like killing humans. So you're trying to figure out what wolf is killing the humans out of the ones in Claire's pack. Naturally, I thought it was the nanny because she was acting weird as fuck the whole book. It wasn't the nanny. It was actually Zelia, who is like the most cliche, I'm edgy, second antagonist character you could possibly think. She's like barely a character. She's just like this asshole. Like, her mom was an asshole and got kicked out the pack. She's an asshole and they killed her in the end. It was so lame. Halfway through the book, when I thought it was about to be interesting, when I thought that the nanny was the fucking other werewolf, when I thought that this was actually going to be good, what happened was Claire's mom got kidnapped by Dr. Angle, that's Matthew's dad, and I was like, oh shit, Claire's mom is gonna die, which is great because I hate Claire's mom, and it would totally work out because, you know, if Claire's mom dies, then she'll have more character development. It won't be just stupid, oh my god, I'm rich, like da-da-da, like she'll have to do some shit for herself. That's not what happens at all. Claire, in her Mary Sue-ness, finds a way to break into the lab where her mom is and like saves her. It's stupid. And then like Matthew was there, and Matthew sees her change into a wolf, and you know, like the logical thing to do when you're in that situation is to be like, oh my god, a werewolf. In this universe, werewolves are scary. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. No, Matthew does not break up with Claire because she's a Mary Sue. And if anything went wrong for her, then it would be hurtful to Christine Johnson because I guess she's doing wish fulfillment right now. Claire is freaking out for like 2 pages, and then all of a sudden it's like, Matthew, are you mad at me? And he's like, no, I was just a little freaked out, but I'm not freaked out anymore. It's okay. I'll stay with you. I can keep a secret. The only reason why this is exceptionally annoying is because throughout the story they make it seem like, oh my god, like man, like it'll be a big deal if humans found out that we were werewolves. Like that is a big deal. Then a human finds out that they're a werewolf and it literally means nothing. Nothing meant anything. It all meant nothing. It was just a waste of time. It was a waste of time. And there were no stakes. There were no risks. Claire did not grow as a character. And it just gets even worse in the second book, to be perfectly honest. It's garbage. This is a garbage book. I forced myself to read it so I could get to the next book. Stupid idea, because the next book was even worse. Fucking Claire basically endangered the pack by having Matthew find out that she was a werewolf. But instead of yelling at Claire and telling Claire that she's a fucking idiot, everybody was like, oh, Claire, you broke the rules, but you also saved us. And the stupid thing is, they make Matthew a guardian, and so he's supposed to guard their secrets. This kid that they don't know, that's the son of the dude who's the bad guy, is their guardian. Which I mean, sure, like in a perfect world, it would be a great like dynamic, but Dr. Engel barely does anything, so it literally means nothing. So it's just like, so why is this happening? Like, you could have just did whatever you wanted. You could have just farted on the page and it would have been a book. This is fart on paper. This is stupid. There's a character in the book named Victoria who gets pregnant, which nobody is just like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, who was you with? Like, nobody asked the important questions. Everybody's just like, oh my gosh, she's pregnant. Oh my gosh, like, she's gonna have a baby, and it's a girl, so she gonna have it. She gonna have the baby. And we all stoked on it. We stoked on it. Like, no, man. Like, come on. And this plays like a larger role in the second book. But Victoria still changes when she's pregnant, so she's carrying a human child inside of her wolf body. Do you see my problem with that? You see how this is a issue for me? You couldn't think that through, Christine. You just was like, you know what? She's gonna be pregnant and she's gonna have like a fucking huge baby inside of her, and it's gonna hinder her, and that's why she has to stay behind during pack hunts. Lore is just stupid. I feel like she didn't think it through. She was just like, you know what sounds like a good idea? All chick werewolves. And it's like, they're not just werewolves because they can do like magic and shit. Like, they light a fire with their brains. I've never heard of a werewolf being able to do, but I guess all these abilities. Most of the abilities make sense, but the fire thing is kind of pushing it. That's all I'm saying. So I have a rating system for all my books that I'm going to be reviewing. It's a mix of like contemporary authors and authors that are like considered classic, and all between. I rated this book E.L. James, which is the lowest that you can get, the worst possible rating that I could give. She wrote 50 Shades of Grey, and I tried to read that book and it was really stupid. I feel the same way about Claire de Lune, but the only difference is that the person, Christine Johnson can write, she's just bad at storytelling. She's bad at putting plot together. She can write words. Yes, she can write words, but which anybody could do. Write nice words all you want. But if you don't know how to do story structure and character development, you suck and you should just stop. I don't know. Thank you for watching my video. If you want to keep watching my book review thingies, subscribe, or you could follow my Instagram. Just like the video, share it with your friends. If you think it's hilarious, tell them about it. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a great day.